Alrighty, so today we are back with another one. Sam is all dressed up for his ultimate favorite franchise of all time. We got the Transformer movies ready to go.
We do.
So we're gonna. You know what?
Yes.
It was decided that chronological order is the
best way to go about this.
So we're gonna start off with Bumblebee and lead up to the best movie.
Well, not being directed by Michael Bay, is still only fair that we started back from 1988, which is where I believe is Bumblebee is at.
1988.
I believe so.
Alrighty, so we're gonna start with Bumblebee and then watch Rise of the Beast and then all 5 Michael Bay films for a whopping 17 hours worth of Transformers action and brutality. We have our caffeine. I don't have my coffee out yet. It's in the fridge. I'm saving it.
I got my tea.
It's gonna be a long day. He's got his stuff. Brandon will be down shortly, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, let's just get started right on Bumblebee. I have not seen all the movies. I've not seen Bumblebee, and I have not seen Last Night. And I don't remember a lot of the sequels. Sam remembers them all, and I know Brandon has not seen any of them, and he hates this franchise.
And I adore this franchise. What a perfect combination.
Yep, it'll be a fun back and forth. So, all right, let's get started. It is what time?
It is currently 8:19.
8:19. We're 19 minutes behind schedule. Awesome. Ready, set, go. So we just finished Transformers. I mean, just Bumblebee, the first one in the chronological order. Alrighty, so I have never seen this film. Brandon has never seen this film. You have. Well, let's start with Brandon. Thoughts, concerns, opinions.
Well, I thought it would be a bit better. I heard this movie was really good, but then again, I did hear that from Transformers fans. I still thought it was alright. I think it did fall into a lot of the things that Transformers movies stereotypically have, like the bad humor, sort of overly busy action scenes, but the action didn't take up too much of the time, thankfully. I thought the intro was bad. I didn't like I know we need to see Cybertron for the sake of the plot, but I feel like the way they explained it, they just rushed through it in a way that I feel like I could have intuited that.
They probably wanted to have Optimus in the movie for a little bit.
Yeah, if they had explained it, well, I think it would have been more exciting if they'd waited to show Optimus until the end.
Yeah.
That would have been better sequel bait. So my least favorite parts of the Transformers movie is the Transformer things. But I did like Haley Steinfeld's as Charlie. I liked her relationship with Bumblebee. I thought the idea of her thing with her dead dad could have been done better. I think it was cute, but I think it was a little on the nose. But technically, I think it hit all the beats it was supposed to hit. So I think it worked well enough. I also think the comedy was hit or miss. I think a lot of the physical comedy with Bumblebee was pretty good, but the jokes themselves were not my favorite. I'd give it a high 6 out of 10.
High 6 out of 10? Samwise?
No, I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so the story was basic. I mean, I thought the relationship between Charlie and Bumblebee was a lot of fun, and it was Bumblebee.
B-127.
I thought the jokes were actually surprisingly funny, like the practical jokes with normally I don't laugh at movies, so the fact that this movie got me to laugh at least some of the jokes is a big plus.
Even some of the verbal jokes were not bad.
It's been a lot egregious or a lot worse in other films, so I give the movie props for that. I didn't think it was going to be funny at all, but I think the CGI still looks pretty good on this Transformer movie, even though it's only a few years old. But the main villain, I mean, those 2 bad Transformer or Decepticons, I don't even know what their names are. I care less about them. John Cena was I care less about him too. The family, I care less about. Their relationship with the Memo. Why the hell did they give him a name Memo? I don't know. But it was entertaining. It was nothing great. I don't think I really have a need to go back and watch it. I give it about a 6.5.
I'm gonna be very, very biased.
I know.
This is the one This one is one of the 2 I hate the most in the entire series.
Of course it is.
Because we were going so far up. This was so
Such a
far up, different from everything else that was Transformers. There's just when they were switching over to like a new type of CGI and the whole new like design of it. Because watching Starscream looking like the toy version of itself instead of action looking like the jet version from Michael Bay. That like I know, it throws me on a loop because I'm like that does not look good. That does not look like how I wanted it to look, especially because Bumblebee looks so childish instead of looking like the robotic warrior that he is.
Which
He is a child, I get it, but he does not look like...
I like Beetle Bumblebee more than Camaro.
I think it works for this movie.
Yeah.
But and then just to mention again, like just John Cena being the bad guy, one of the bad guys, too many bad guys. You have mentioned something about like there's being too many bad guys. Yeah, there's just too many bad guys that you can get lost in this. So many side characters that have no meaning to the story. There's just a lot of useless like scenes and like just parts in the movie that don't need to be part of the movie. The helmet shit, that was fucking stupid. There's too much focus on the dad for me. Like there's a little bit too much focus on the dad.
So when he faked his death and came back to life at the end.
It kind of it feels
like the deleted scene in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Probably the only thing that I actually do like is giving us a different origin story of how they got to Earth rather than the absurd one that we'll find out later on.
No, this is how they got to Earth. Really, it's retconned.
We'll find out how we're gonna find how they get to it because there's like many different origin stories of the Transformers from this point on. This being one of my least favorite ones, this is gonna be like a high 6 out of 10. I don't do points, half points, but this is a high 6 out of 10 out of me.
Is this why we did chronological order for every first movie we watch in these marathons? You like to shit on every single one from Die Hard.
He has to get his bile out early.
Now we're gonna go jump to the 90s.
Yep. Alrighty, so that is Bumblebee. We are moving on to Transformers: Rise of the Beast, the newest one.
For some reason.
You have not seen it. I've seen it. He's seen it. Let's go. We just finished Rise of the Beast, which is the 7th movie in the franchise, but the 2nd movie we're watching today. Both Sam and I have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon has not. So thoughts, opinions, reactions, rating, all that good jazz.
I'm sure I'm the first person to say this, but this movie about Rise of the Beasts, the beasts don't really matter that much. I think the main thing in my mind at the end of this is just there are way too many characters, and I feel like none of them get enough fleshing out.
Yeah.
It's kind of whiplash after Bumblebee, where there's this big focus on Charlie and Bumblebee. And this, we get almost no Bumblebee. We get not most of the primals don't get much screen time.
Not until like halfway through the movie they even come out.
Yeah, we only at the start we get Air Razor, and then she stops being important halfway through.
She gets possessed.
Yeah, and then I feel like even Optimus Primal doesn't get that much to do for most of it. Like there's a chunk in the middle where he gets a bit.
I mean, he's a cool looking character.
Yeah, the character design for him is interesting. Their transformations are whatever.
Basic.
Yeah.
You mean the one transformation they have?
Yeah. Well, each. Yeah. I don't fully understand the point of them. Like I understand it's calling back to the old show, but anyway, just the movie as a whole, I think was kind of messy because of its need to have so many aspects all tie into each other. The human characters, well, the girl was not very important, I feel. The main character, I thought, got some good moments, but not as interesting as Charlie, I don't think. Maybe a 4.
Oh, 4.
4.
Nice.
Yeah,
So definitely worse than the last one.
No, easily for me. I felt like, there was so much focus on action at the end, which I expected, but I feel like I needed to care about the characters more in order for any of it to impact me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they were setting up for like Mirage and the main character to have more of a bond, but I just feel like they didn't have enough time to flesh that out either. I don't know. I think there were just too many characters that just did not get enough screen time. It was just all over the place. Didn't focus on any one thing for long enough for me to care. So it all just, by the end, all the action just felt mindless and not grounded in any way to me. I didn't really care about the threat of Unicron, obviously, because I know Unicron's not going to blow up the Earth. So, not the worst thing ever, but yeah, I just kind of mindless action to me is how it came across.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. The first time I watched this, I liked it a bit more. The second time I watched it, I like it a bit less. Yeah, especially after watching Bumblebee, I don't think the characters are at all fleshed out like in that. The jokes, for the most part, didn't work, aside from one that worked for me, but it's only one. I mean, the special effects are perfectly fine, although I think Bumblebee maybe had better special effects. I think some of it just came off as too CGI in this film.
I mean, it had less to... It wasn't spread as thin. They
Yeah.
only had like a few characters to have to animate in that.
So, I think the story was better than the last one. Yeah, this is just, if you like Transformer movies, you'll like this one. It's a Transformers movie. It's really just what it is. I do think the villains in this are better than the last movie, though. I think Scourge is a better villain than, I don't even know what the other, I forget what they even look like from Bumblebee. So, I mean, that's the only thing it has over it, is the main villain in this. But he's basic at best.
I found him still forgettable.
He is.
But yeah, no, I guess technically the other ones were even more forgettable.
Yeah, so... Yep, don't care about the human characters. I think they're the worst human characters of the entire saga.
I didn't mind the main guy.
Well, he was fine, but I like the other ones more. I like the girl in the last movie,
Yeah.
and I like Shia LaBeouf.
You can't wait
Well,
for
we'll
you.
see how I feel about
Can't wait for you to see 4.
I've seen 4, and I like Mark Hamill.
Mark
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Can't wait till you see those guys.
So, I give this movie a 6.
6. I was actually pretty excited after coming out of the first time watching this in theaters. So I do have to agree with you. The first time, it was good watching this. The second
I
time,
think seeing the action on the big screen also impacts it.
yeah, but like watching it the second time, you start realizing more of the movie because you can actually like see it from the beginning, understanding what's gonna happen next, and you seeing how useless some of this stuff is to the story.
Yeah, so much setup for...
So
That
much
doesn't really come back.
set up to this. It is a downgrade from like it is definitely a downgrade from like what I originally had given it. But it's still incredible. It's still good to watch it because they did step it up with compared it to Bumblebee. Going from Bumblebee to this, it is good because now we actually have the whole gang. Not the only 2 original people being Optimus and Bumblebee from the ones that I know of. Sure, and then we have like a whole group of other guys that we still don't know their stuff, but you'll see that a lot in the rest of the Transformers movies.
Yeah, where
You'll
do they
just
keep
get a
coming
handful of new robots that you'll never get to learn too much about.
You know what this franchise is like? Hellraiser. They just keep coming up with Cenobites, coming out of nowhere.
So basically that. So yes, there's no fleshing out, but they're just robots on the screen fighting each other. So that's as long as you can tell me which ones are the bad guys and which ones are the good guys. Great. The bad guys are all gray.
So
all the good guys are colorful.
So did you enjoy the terror cons?
The Terracons, I don't like the Terracons. I do like Unicron because I did when I watched that in the 90s. Unicron was an actual threat and it was continuous. Like there was a setup for him coming into Earth. This was kind of like right up to the end where like, cool, he's on Earth. Great, we gotta stop him.
Unicron wasn't in any of the other 5 movies?
He was
For
in one of
No.
them, right? I thought he was in one of
I
them.
thought he was in one of them too.
There's no Unicron. There's Megatron. There's Megatron again, and then there's the Fallen.
Crypticron?
There's no
Those-
Unicron.
But if he's not in the other ones, why didn't they just have him die? Why did they say he's trapped?
Because there's
Because now they want to set up for another one where
I think they want to set up for like a trilogy of these movies with these characters.
Probably. But no, but I still like the depiction of Unicron because he's supposed to be like the next big bad that you're supposed to be scared of in the background because he's coming one day and he actually is going to attack Earth. And then they're going to have the G.I. Joes now. I think the biggest upset of this movie that I had to give a lot is that they set up a universe with the G.I. Joes, which pisses me off because if they're going to do a Hasbro universe, I'm gonna hate what they're doing to the new Transformers because Michael would not have done this. He will do He will do product placements to the wahoo. It could be a commercial for Bud Light, but he will never do cross universes.
What do you mean? If the studio told him the next movie has to do this, he wouldn't like walk out. He would still make the movie.
I would like to see an Iron Giant crossover.
Nah, you're asking for too much at that point. Nah, you're asking for too much.
Hey,
that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Remember, we had a list of things that could have been possible because you asked me, oh, what would you like to see? By the way, spoiling the movie for me because it's like, what would you like to see at the end of this movie to be a crossover for? Hannah Montana, Star Wars, G.I. Joe.
From our childhood that they crossed over with.
So it's like,
Most
great.
of those things are not owned by Hasbro.
So he's telling me all these crossovers. So it's like, okay, so it's going to be a crossover.
Care Bears.
He's just throwing me random shit to throw me on the loop, but there is going to be a crossover. Just G.I. Joe was not there. I was expecting something more that makes sense, like in the giant robots, giant aliens, like Godzilla, or Pacific Rim, or Cloverfield. But no, none of that makes sense. Anyway, I'm carrying on here. Watching it a second time, it got a downgrade. I say this is a 7 out of 10 just because the key thing here is that
I love it. An 8?
Yeah, I give it an 8. Now it's a 7.
Alright, so now we get to move on to the Michael Bay classic. The one that made him mainstream as all heck. If not, well, I mean, he was already mainstream.
Yeah, he was. Bad Boys.
But Transformers from 2007 with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. Alright,
Hot Fox.
let's go. Alright, so we just finished Michael Bay's classic 2007 Transformers.
Yes.
Brandon, this is your first time watching?
I've definitely seen parts of it. I don't know if I've ever seen it in full before.
This has the unrated edition of some parts that they don't show on television, so I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I?
Yeah, go on.
You're the
I
only
don't
one who's not
know.
seen
Go.
this.
I feel like someone should say some positives first.
I will say.
Alright, Taylor, do you want to go?
I will say too much positive.
Keep it contained. We have 4 more movies to get through.
I'll keep it in my pants. Okay, fine. Michael Bay is a fucking genius. He created after Bad Boys 2. I think this came out like after Bad Boys 2. If it's not okay, cool, whatever.
Or after.
All right, so like after Bad Boys 2, like Bad Boys 2 was an amazing action film, and it's like he could not do any better. And then we were wrong because then he created this beautiful masterpiece. Transformer is, in my opinion, like the best of the best. Personally, I enjoyed the animation. The CGI is a lot more cleaner. It's a lot more beautiful for the time that it was. While there's gonna be talks about like this one being too cluttered and too clunky with metal.
He's going after your arguments before you even say them.
Because there's going to be a lot of that.
I wasn't going to criticize the CGI that much.
No, you won't now, but you will later.
Oh, it'll get worse.
I enjoy it. There's a lot of moving parts into this, and that takes a lot of time to do. Right? There's a group of people who actually took a lot of time to like put it all together to make it as smooth as possible, instead of just being like, hey, this looks like a toy. That just like you just put 1, 2, 3 and boom, he's a robot. No, you see the little like car wheel like going up and down with this little like thing that goes across the body. Like it is smooth. I love it. I thoroughly enjoy it. There's like the plot and the dialogue is hilariously bad. I get it, but it's enjoyable. Regardless of it, I enjoy watching it for how laughable it is.
Is it one of your for how laughable it is? Is it one of your favorite films?
Yes, absolutely. Like in one of my favorite classes that I can enjoy watching it every single time.
What do you give it?
This is a 9 out of 10 for me.
What's a 10 out of 10 for you?
You find out this in here.
Oh no.
Oh no!
It's a 9 out of 10 for me.
Obvious.
Same because we don't. There's just so much mystery, like shrouding is still about like the Autobots and stuff that we don't dive into. And there's introduction of characters, but there's not much screen time on those characters, like Ironhide, like the medic. Jazz didn't have enough screen time for me to actually be emotionally attached to him, and he dies. Like cool. And Megatron being the big bad, like cool. He just shows up in the last 10 minutes and he has some like little screen time and like dialogue, as for him being the main bad guy of the film. Cool. Yeah, and I mean, yes, and then introduce a Sector 7 and the guy, I forget the actor's name, he's funny as hell. So like, and we get to see him further in the other movies, but I love this movie. It's a 9 out of 10. because the point -1 is because of like little details that I don't like about the film. It's an 9/10.
So obviously, when this movie came out, it was pretty big. I don't think people had seen. I think it was ambitious how much CGI there was, how much money they're putting on the screen, these huge action scenes. I don't know. A lot of people really liked Transformers. This was definitely a nostalgia bait for some people. They did the last two movies we saw. The designs were a lot simpler, a lot more like the toys. This was an era where they wanted to make things look more realistic, more grounded. I'm thinking also of like, I mean, I know this was a while before, but like the X-Men movies really tried to divert in style from like the comics. So they wanted to make it seem more adult, more cool. But I think even though I don't hate the designs, I think everything else where this movie tries to be cool and adult and just everything about the style of this movie, I just hate. There's no other word other than hate.
Is it the worst of the three so far?
Yes.
I'm prepared. I have prepared myself this entire year just to hear
really
all the negatives.
I don't want to be mean about it because
no, you can. You can. It is.
I just cannot stand any of the characters, and I know that's not even an unpopular opinion. I think Shia LaBeouf is obnoxious in this movie. I've seen him be good in things, but he just does not stop talking. None of the characters can stop talking. Every dialogue scene goes on for 5 minutes too long. It's just nonstop. Everyone has something to say.
You know, there was something that you probably could speak on too, but earlier in the film there was a scene in which they're at the house looking for the glasses.
Yeah.
And you know what?
You could cut the whole scene.
You're right. You're right. That's the fault with the film. You could cut the entire scene if you needed to make the movie shorter. However, I enjoyed that scene. I thought it was funny. I liked it.
It was literally nails on a chalkboard to me. It was literally the exact feeling of that. Just the parents talk too much. That's their entire joke, is that they talk too much. Shia LaBeouf, I've forgotten his name. What's the character's name even? Does anyone know?
Witwicky, Samwise.
Sam Witwicky.
Sam Witwicky.
Just Sam.
Sam. Anyway, he talks too much. It's supposed to be endearing, like he's nervous all the time. It's just annoying. That's all I can call it. Megan Fox.
She talks too little.
She talks a lot at the start, but then when all the action stuff starts happening, she just gets sort of. She comes along for the ride, but she has no.
What if
agency.
What if she had a lot of dialogue, but then Michael Bay's like, "This is gonna kill my film." He just cuts it all out.
I really don't know. I just don't think she had anything to begin with. I feel like in the scripting room, they just were like, "She's the hot girl." There was a point in the movie where she revealed that. Or it was revealed that her dad is a criminal, and that she was put in juvie because of that.
Halfway through the movie, yes.
Around halfway, yeah. So, like that felt like something that was supposed to have closure, that was supposed to come back later. Like, I was criticizing the previous movie, saying like it didn't do enough to pay off things like that. This movie just didn't pay that off at all. It just forgot about it. It just said it for no reason. It feels like there's a lot of character moments that.
Correction. Either we completely missed it, or there's in a deleted scene where Sam Witwicky they ask him what do you want, and then he says, "I want her record clean."
No. I saw.
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't know why this. You're right. I do remember
that scene that he asked for her record to be clean. That's the redemption.
Okay.
They just kind of maybe just took it away from this and added a deleted scene, but no, he does ask.
I definitely haven't really gone out of my way to see deleted scenes. I saw that in a cut somewhere.
Yeah.
It just really felt like there was, after that, she didn't do anything else in this movie. She was just along for the ride.
What do you mean? She dragged Bumblebee.
She drove the car and said almost nothing.
Okay.
And it just closed
You
up
drive,
on her
I
face.
shoot.
Yeah, that's it.
Or you shoot.
What's the rating?
Like, it's not nothing, but it's close to nothing. There was one moment I thought was, like, funny, like in the action scene near the end where the military man skates on his back and shoots a grenade launcher up at a transformer. It was like so over the top and funny that like I wish if there'd been more stuff for the human characters to do that was like that, like over the top action, I might have enjoyed the action scenes more. I'd probably give it a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
So 3 out of 10. Okay.
I almost want to give the previous. I said the previous one was a 4. I might bump it up to a 5, honestly.
Okay. So yeah, this film, it was my introduction to Transformers. I watched it as a kid, so there's some nostalgia there to start off.
You ever play with
There,
Transformers?
no, I never did because I could never put them together because there's too many moving parts.
It should be noted that I have little to no nostalgia for any of these, so that is a factor.
I still think the CGI holds up for the most part. There's some scenes of wonkiness, but for the most part, it still holds up well. The action scenes, I think, are done well. The story itself is generic. I mean,
yeah, I didn't even really say much about it.
Like although you didn't care for the military guy cutting away and seeing their platoon in the desert, I thought that was interesting. I thought that was cool. I thought it made for some. I always like seeing military soldiers in movies. Sam, I thought he was a good character. I liked him. He served. I thought he was humorous in some scenes. Other scenes was just fun, and I was rooting for him.
Just seeing the last 2 main characters cutting to him, it's like night and day. This is just not my kind of character.
And then one of the best side girls in history film of all time, Megan Fox. Her name's Michaela in the movie. They should have just called her Megan Fox because
she's just Megan Fox.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I liked the movie. It's a fun time. It's not a movie I would always go to because it is a bit long, but I did laugh at some of the comedy. Yeah, and I just like the more of the moving parts with the Transformers than the last 2 movies. What are you giggling at over there?
Shut up, Grandma!
Okay, I was going to give it like an 8.5. I'm going to give it an 8 for that.
Come on! His whole thing in that scene is just like, it's hilarious that he's screaming at his grandma.
Stone face.
I laughed because of his.
It's just so funny, dude.
Hey, I'll take that over the fucking parents.
Yes.
Jesus.
You tell me that was not funny, but pissing on a police officer, that was funny?
It wasn't funny. It was just funny that somehow that got into a movie and they thought it was okay.
That one didn't make it to television. That scene did not make it to
That gets cut in the TV version.
Kids start asking too many questions like, how is he peeing? Where is he peeing?
I'm asking too many questions about it. What does it mean? How does he do that?
Give it an 8 out of 10?
Yep. So
Right,
an 8, a 3, and a 9. So, this concludes the 3rd chapter in this insane marathon. Next up is Revenge of the Fallen. Let's go. Alrighty. So we just completed Revenge of the Fallen. Brandon's first time watch.
Kind of.
Go. Tell me why it was a good movie.
Well, I have a weird history with this movie. I think this is the only Transformers movie that I've seen a good amount of before watching this. I think as a kid, someone had this over at a birthday party. Had this on over at a birthday party, and I just kept looking over to it and just being so confused and grossed out. The little Tom Kenny robot humping Megan Fox's leg. I remember that, and just not understanding why this was something people were watching. I guess it started like really bad. I think, in my opinion, I feel the characters were at their most obnoxious.
I've noticed you complained less as the movie went on.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was due to exhaustion.
I don't know. I was paying attention. Well, not for all of it. I talked through that whole exposition scene with the old Jetman.
Excuse me, Jetfire.
Jetfire. Everyone's favorite. The one that farts a parachute. So yeah, at the start we were just sort of continuing as we ended last time with annoying characters, gross out humor, offensive caricatures. But you know, by the end it was just sort of what you expect, which is just big CGI battle. And it just focused on that, really. I think that's the only compliment I can give this movie. A lot of the times with these movies, the big complaint is, why do you focus so much on the humans? We're here for the Transformers. And I think by the end, we've got a lot of that. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's good. Like, it was a lot of explosions. I think this movie is probably where a lot of the Michael Bay has an explosion fetish. Most people probably point to the end of this movie. for that. But yeah, the characters talk a lot less by the end, so it's not obnoxious by the end. It's not constantly beating me over the head.
What do you give it?
It's just kind of numbing by the end. I was gonna say this is worse. I think it is ever so slightly worse than the last one, but it's not bad enough that it deserves like a 2 out of 10. I think it's a low 3.
A low 3.
Which is about the same as I gave the last one.
Thoughts, concerns, opinions?
Go. Concerns about this movie? No concerns at all. I still love this movie. It just lacks 2 things for me, in my opinion. There's a hefty amount focused on the build-up to getting to Egypt that is just stretches for so long that we can just skip right to the point where like he's being hunted down by the Decepticons, and then we can just jump right into Egypt instead of having this whole like meet Simmons, spend like 20 minutes talking with Simmons and building a heist, and then getting to meet the robot, and then going through this whole historical ride about how the Decepticons and the Autobots were already on Earth before any of this happened. There was that. Second of all, they kill Optimus Prime. For me, when I watched this, I was like, well, this movie just got a lot worse without Optimus Prime. That was my initial reaction when I saw this back when I was a kid. It's like, great, what is this movie without Optimus Prime? And this movie just became a movie about Sam. It's not a movie about the Transformers. It's a movie about Sam now. So there's that. So there's less focus on the Transformers for me than there is about the actual Transformers. So there's that. So I mean, outside of that, when we go back to the actual meat of this, where it was like the fights and the robots and the fights and the explosions and the fights and the guns and explosions.
You liked it?
It were fucking cool. It was so fucking cool to see all the different like Decepticons and like taking it up a notch by introducing us to like Decepticons that can turn into a bigger one. That was dope. I want to see them do that on their new ones. I want to see them try to level that, because that was epic to watch. Seeing Transformers just becoming even bigger. That was cool. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Huh. Okay. So, yeah, this movie's long. It's 2.5 hours long.
You were not even paying attention.
2.5 hours long. And that's a little too long for me.
Mm-hmm.
The action was cool, yes. It was cool. I enjoyed the action.
That's fine.
I like slow motion action, especially with Megan Fox running away from explosions.
Mm-hmm.
It's some good stuff. The Transformer fights, they're all good. The Matrix plot and all that kind of stuff. I forgot what the hell was it even for. What did he want to do? Oh yeah, set off, destroy the sun or something.
Destroy the sun.
Because why?
Because that was this whole Fallen just wanted to take over the planet, so he wanted to destroy the sun so humanity can die and the planet can be used for the Decepticons.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
They see.
Yeah,
They're robots. They don't need to see.
They have lights.
They do have lights, that's true.
So, yeah, it's fine. I don't hate it. I don't love it. 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot for me to even say on this movie. Shia LaBeouf is fine. He's good in it again, as he was in the first movie. Megan Fox is somehow better. But, but the college stuff was getting a little over the top. I don't know. Yeah, no, the second half was better than the first half. That's all I can really say. 6.5, definitely worse than the first movie.
Good.
Any other thoughts?
This was short and sweet. I think that we're reaching a middle point where like we're being mind boggled by.
Yeah, like
there's only so much you can say.
I was thinking. What the
I was
fuck
more
did
thinking
I
it's
say?
like there's so much explosions in like Michael Bay you can absorb at one hit.
Like I want to talk about the story, but like there's not really
There's
much
the same story
to talk about.
That's a good thing. So now maybe like after this like all the reviews are gonna be short and sweet.
Oh.
Like yes, it's explosions.
At the end of this, I can't even look at you. We're gonna rank every single Transformer that's in this franchise from worst to best. Deal?
No, that's so
I
many.
don't remember any of them.
So many.
Nor do I.
I don't think anyone does. Does even the most diehard Transformers fan know the name of everyone?
There's
in this?
Ironhide, there's Optimus Prime, there's Optimus Primal, there's Cheetah, there is Racer, there's Bumblebee, there's Mirage, there's the Ace Twins, even though they're not.
Alrighty, we just finished the Dark of the Moon by Pink Floyd. Michael Bay.
Yeah.
So yeah, or how many movies in? This is five Transformers
I've
movies
seen
in.
multiple times.
I've seen it. I've seen it, but
You
I don't
asked
remember
too many
any part of
questions,
it.
so I don't know if he's actually seen it.
I don't know much
He's
about it.
definitely not.
Brandon hasn't seen it, so let's start with Brandon. Thoughts, opinions, rating, go.
Well, given that it's the longest one so far, I thought I was gonna hate this. I'm
Okay.
happy that most of my least favorite characters just got sort of ignored for most of this. I
The
feel
parents?
like the parents were barely in it.
Okay.
Megan Fox obviously is not in this movie
Are you
at all.
kidding? But all right, you're telling me you would rather this new girl over Megan Fox?
I don't care for either of them, but I think this one's acting is better.
Yeah, but they're not here for the acting.
I know, but I'm paying attention to it, and when every character is very similar and talks the same and just sort of talks too much, I think I like, at least this one has a British accent, so she's sort of different. They don't all sound the same. She sounds like an actual actor. Megan Fox can act, but in those last two Transformers movies, she was just not trying at all. Either that or she was kind of new to acting.
She was giving up.
Or
She was good in Jennifer's Body.
yeah, I like her in that. I mean, I don't love that movie, but she does a good job.
I thought it was a
sounds so
solid
good. It's
movie.
alright. Right now it sounds good. It sounds good, right? So I'm thinking in my head his rating. I'm thinking it's so good.
Don't
right
get
now.
too excited.
I'm always excited.
So yeah, and then Shia LaBeouf, I think, was better in this movie than he has been. I think it's almost like he grew up a little bit. He doesn't have as many freak out moments. He doesn't have these.
We're seeing on the annoying level the same.
He's much lower.
Okay.
I think this is closer to what I thought Shia LaBeouf was going to be like throughout all of them, where he'd have a few annoying moments, but he'd mostly be fine. Yeah, but in the first two, he just wouldn't stop.
Well, he had an arc.
He went from high school to a full-grown adult.
It doesn't really feel like character development. It just feels like, okay, we don't have to keep writing them the same way every time. It just felt like they got bored of that. He still has moments where he screams, which is annoying, especially the way he decides to do it. Yeah. Anyway, he's not. I don't think there are any characters in this movie that I hated. Even that
Special Agent.
even the agent guy that I did not like in the other movies wasn't bad in this either.
They didn't bring back the roommate.
They did not.
Listen, they didn't even bring back this best friend from the first one.
I was expecting to see Trent again. I don't know.
Best friend from the first. That guy was barely in that.
The guy who
movie.
hung in the
Alright.
Anyway, the villain this time was kind of interesting.
I think better than.
Yeah, one of the three. I guess the worm thing doesn't really count.
More like a side villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Midway
side
boss.
villain. Megatron has to be in all these movies for some reason.
Always.
He's just there.
Always.
But yeah, Sentinel Prime. I thought, even though his motivations are kind of weird, at least it's something. At least it's sort of a twist. It's like a subversion of what you think the character is gonna be. So that's something. That is more than nothing. There was just a lot of action in this, but my biggest problem with it is you could cut some of it down. There's just this so much.
You're telling Michael Bay
So
to cut
over
some
the
of it
so
out?
there's so many scenes of just characters and explosions and destruction and military propaganda.
Okay.
It lasts so long that I've sort of forgotten a lot of what happens in the first half.
It is long.
But nothing in the first half like sticks out like amazing, like great moment, but none of it sticks out like, oh, I really hated that.
Okay.
So it all just boils down to being pretty fine. There are a lot of good action scenes. There are a lot of the worms things design is really cool, and it gets to do a lot of cool things. There are some cool stunts when they're flying through the city, even though that wasn't really related to the plot. I don't think any of the main characters were in that.
No.
The main military guy was
he?
the white guy.
And the black guy. No?
They were apart for that whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Until the end. There was some scenes when they were scooting up and down the building, falling. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind this one. I think I'd give it a high 5 out of 10.
Nice. Nice. Sam's happy. Sam's happy.
I'm excited that he's not giving this below 5.
Do you want to go now?
Yes. Oh. I'm gonna keep a lot of it. I'm gonna compress my 20-minute TikTok into I'm gonna keep it a brief 50-minute TikTok. It is fantastic. It was great beginning to end. Just overall great. The amount of action that was here is perfect. It's all kind of just subdivided at the beginning to not just overwhelm you that it's all just action. It just saves it all for the big final chapter of the film with everybody fighting, because at the end of the film it is the final fight between the Decepticons and the Autobots. That's the biggest moment. This is their final fight. It has to be an all-out war, so we're just saving all that for that part. The setup to that, just kind of they added some shrouded mystery, more of lore on how the Decepticons got there and stuff. But cool, we got that with a little sprinkle more of humor. That was fun. It was fun seeing that guy in the office in this film.
Oh, that's the one thing I didn't like from that.
Okay, right. I enjoyed it. I love Wang in there.
Ken Jeong as.
Oh,
I love
that was this movie. Oh.
Yeah,
I like that.
There is one annoying character, but he's not around for very long.
That did bring the film down. In that moment, I'm like, oh man.
That I actually liked. I'm sorry, but I actually liked. When he pulls out the 2 guns, it's like, oh boy.
And then he doesn't do anything. He just dies.
He just jumps out the window.
But that is just
make fun of him.
That is just how Wang. That's his character that he plays in most movies. He's just super weird and annoying.
What put me off is when he started sucking. How he was sucking on the juice box.
Oh yeah,
that's so him.
Sticking his tongue out.
That's so him.
And I'm like, okay,
cornering the guy in the bathroom, and then it's a gay joke.
I mean, most of the stuff that you had mentioned already is the things that make I really love. I love the introduction of Shockwave. Shockwave was very cool. Decepticons get all the cool stuff, and they get a worm on top of that just eradicates an entire building. That was cool.
Which one is Shockwave?
Shockwave, the worm.
Oh, that is Shockwave. Okay.
Well, Shockwave is not the worm. The worm is
the worm, right?
Yeah, he's riding the worm.
My bad.
But
come on, dude.
Joe's all in all that Chicago's war was amazing. It was perfection. It was chef's kiss perfection. Great. This was my 10 out of 10.
This is your 10 out of 10.
This was my 10.
Ring the alarms.
I don't care that it was almost. It's 2.5 hours long.
I think this is your first 10 out of 10.
I don't care that the beginning was it was super weird with the story. I loved it. Even if they just sprinkle in the parents for a little bit, that was actually the perfect amount of the parents that we got. The perfect amount of just their interaction of Sam and his parents. That was beautiful. And then the rest of it was just the setup for the fight. And the fight is always memorable for me.
Yeah, it was good.
So yeah, this was my 10 out of 10.
Yeah, so this one was better than I thought it was going to be. I enjoyed it. I thought the main villain really stuck out, mostly because of his relationship with Optimus, as well as his colors. I like his colors. He was red. He was not a typical gray and silver that you're seeing from all the other villains.
Well, just because...
the Sentinel.
Yeah, just because he's not a Decepticon.
Yeah.
Even though some of the Decepticons have been other colors sometimes.
I don't know. For some reason, I don't like it. Yeah. But regardless, the special effects were all pretty good still. The stunt work was really good. The characters, I think, were all good. However, I was going to give the movie an 8. It's right next to the first movie. But because Megan Fox isn't in it, it's a 7.5. They replaced her. I like for multiple reasons, but the 2 main ones.
So let me get this straight. It was originally 8.5, but because of the guy, Wang, it's an 8. And now because you remember that Megan Fox is not here, now it's a 7.5.
Wait. Wait,
No,
so it might
no.
go down to wait.
No,
It
you
might be
can't just
7.
go down. Have a point for characters you don't like.
All right, fine. The combined missing of Megan Fox because I think she's hotter, and I like consistency in my franchise. I like to have consistent characters over movies.
No.
It is a dumb introduction to this.
Yeah, like
character.
I've always liked consistency
Yeah.
like that. So even if she may have been a better actress, I still prefer the original person who's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 7.5. I enjoyed it. The story was typical as the other ones, but that final action scene was actually done really well, and it was rather entertaining.
Yeah, I can see why this would be people's favorite.
Yeah. But I think that is it. We have 2 more. What time is it, Samwise?
It is currently 8:46.
8:46.
We're about to jump into the next
Age
2
of
hours.
Extinction.
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Time for the Marky Mark era. Let's go. We just finished Transformers: Age of Extinction.
Yes.
Brandon, thoughts, opinions, and concerns.
Well, I thought it was alright. My main complaint about most of these movies have been annoying characters. I feel like this movie had very few of those. So I think in that department,
And killed off the one main annoying one early.
so that's sort of the issue. We don't have any annoying characters left, but that just sort of left me wondering like what the point of a lot of these characters were. Like I understood the Cade and his daughter relationship, but we killed off T.J. Miller's character, who was annoying, but at least he had a connection to these two. And I found
The boyfriend. That was highly
well,
important.
yeah. So we kill him off, and then we get the boyfriend, and I felt like he kind of didn't really belong. Leaving aside the Romeo and Juliet law thing, which is the weirdest part of any of these movies, I think. But I think his inclusion was semi-unnecessary. I feel like they could have done a better job of exploring that character. So I didn't hate him. He wasn't annoying. I just thought he was sort of a nothing character. The villain inventor guy that recreated Megatron, I get what they were going for with that, and I sort of like it. Like, he's an inventor as well, so sort of like the darker side of Cade. I feel I could have made it more interesting. I found he was like more comic relief than villain, and I just didn't find him very funny.
Yeah.
So I think that could have been handled better as well. There was another human character going around with them, right? Or was that?
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But like, but like the other ones don't show up. That like they're in and out.
You got the boyfriend, you got the daughter, you got Cade.
Yeah, maybe I'm.
You also got-
Those are like the main.
You also got
There's-
from the other side. You got the corporate guy. You got the Asian chick. You got the blonde chick.
Yeah, a lot of these side characters end up not really mattering, so they don't bother me too much. I think Cade. I definitely feel like I like Cade better than Sam. I still don't like Sam. I thought this was an interesting direction to take a main character. I don't love Mark Wahlberg as an actor, but I think he did a good enough job with this.
Yeah.
I think he brought something different. Like, he's not a carbon copy of Sam. Like,
Yeah.
So
He's something.
yeah, it's something new. So I didn't mind him. I do kind of feel like, we brought in all these new Autobots. I think they're all visually interesting. A few of them do have their own characteristics, but once again, I feel like we focus more on the humans than the Autobots. I don't know. I think this was a better balance than most of these movies have, though. So, not that bad. And then, yeah, way too many villains, as usual.
Yeah.
I think also Gunface guy could have been... He was, like, important at the start, but he just didn't...
Kind of disappeared for a bit and came back at the end to die.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie definitely could have been trimmed down. I guess that's the only big thing. I would give it, like, an average 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10?
Yeah.
Samwise?
Like, it still is Michael Bay, and I still adore this movie for what it is, and that is just another Michael Bay, like, insane action film. And I like that. I still like that. The only issue I have is just because they had to put a hard reset on all the characters. They started throwing us new ones, so it treats it like the beginning of Transformers again, without giving us the backstories anymore. If that makes sense, because now we have Cade and his gang of posses. We got Megatron again, and we have to explain why Megatron is back again. And again, Megatron also is back, and looks garbage.
It's just a new version of Megatron,
and it looks like garbage.
And he didn't even matter. Like he brought the army, I guess, but then he just fucked off. He's like,
all the army
I guess
dies.
they're setting up for part 2, which is the last night.
Yeah.
And so we have to put a hard reset on that, and I don't like it because I miss everybody else, and there's nobody that comes back right off the bat that matters. So yeah, but besides all the elements I like, it has cool robots. It still has good fighting. Like, I'm not gonna complain about that. It still looks pretty good. Then they give us dinosaurs. That was a pretty cool addition to all this. So that's pretty dope. And now we're expanding the universe a little bit by introducing us into the creators that we'll find out later on who they are. This is for me like a low 7 out of 10.
Low 7 out of 10.
Oh.
Yeah. So the ending of this is kind of like the ending of Prometheus as well. She goes off looking for her creators.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this movie, I'm not a fan. I like consistent characters throughout my movies, and this switching it up. I like Sam more. I'm gonna start off by saying that I enjoy Sam more than Farmer Fred.
Am I in the minority, or do people hate Mark Wahlberg in this?
I don't hate Mark Wahlberg.
But do people actually like Shia LaBeouf more? I find that.
I think people who grew up with it, just like people like hating Christensen a lot as Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, but he's not annoying. He's just not great at acting.
But I noticed more so in this movie than any other movie, the green screen and some more shoddy CGI that didn't really pass the bar in my
organic CGI here is so bad.
Well, I'm not talking about that. There's just some not that great looking things throughout the movie that I didn't really notice in many of the other sequels. But other than that, it's a typical plot. It's characters I could care less about. Some still good action. The dinosaurs was a nice little unique touch to it. And it's fine. It's fine. It's a solid 6.
Should we mention the blood?
Oh, the blood changed colors. It was once red. Now it's green.
Well, there wasn't blood, and then there was blood, and it was red, and now it's green.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's strange. It's like a censorship, almost like in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's very strange.
But we're down to our last film.
The last one.
This is The Last Night. I can't believe we made it this far.
Perfect. The last movie is called The Last Night because this is the last one.
Yeah.
And they never made any more Transformers movies after this.
Never again. All right, let's begin.
You guys are kidding, right? They made
That
2
was
more.
That was the joke, yes.
I am Optimus Prime, and this message is to my creators. Leave planet Earth alone, because I'm coming for you.
So we finished the Transformers marathon.
Yeah.
We're done. The Last Night is it.
Yeah.
We watched all 7 of them.
Yes.
Brandon, thoughts, opinions?
On the
Go.
Last Night.
Well, I think
Do you remember?
I remember enough. These movies, this movie in particular is very strange because I think objectively it probably is the worst of all of them, but I kind of enjoyed it more than the first 2 just because it took itself so incredibly seriously. Like Michael Bay was really just smelling his own farts at this point. He just really believed in his own lore and his own nonsense. In the first 2, you can tell there's some tongue-in-cheek, oh, we know this is a bit silly.
Yeah.
This movie, I was just so earnest. They really believed that they were telling an epic drama about knights and space robots.
Space robots.
And it just makes it so much funnier that this movie falls flat on its face.
So
Space robots.
So many dumb characters come back. So many characters.
Every character.
Yeah, so many characters from the first 3 movies come back for some reason. Not the ones that anyone wanted back. Mostly ones that we'd had enough of and thought we were done with. We get a bunch of the characters back from the last movie. I kind of regret saying that I liked Mark Wahlberg more than Shia LaBeouf because this movie made me hate him too.
Yeah, this was bad for him. This is terrible.
Like, I saw the Mark Wahlberg coming through. His performance made me think more of like him in Uncharted and him in The Happening.
I was about to say The Happening.
Just when
not on that bad level, but it's just
when he's phoning it in, when he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think he had some interest in the script for the last one. This one, I really think he just phoned it in.
Yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg not giving it his all is the worst. I just hate Mark Wahlberg. Whenever he isn't trying, his acting is awful. Kind of like Adam Sandler. Like, they can both act, but when they choose not to act, it's painful to watch.
Yeah.
And then there are new characters. We've got a new villain. I guess 2 new villains if you count Unicron. But Sam doesn't, so I don't think I should, because he's not really a villain.
He's not really a villain in this franchise.
It's just Megatron and
Megatron, who doesn't do anything.
Again.
Then we got Quintana,
who doesn't do anything except turn Optimus Prime evil.
That-
And then Nemesis Prime, who is evil for one scene and then says, "What have I done?" and then turns back. There's just a lot of unnecessary tangents in this movie. It's just like, we got the Anthony Hopkins thing, we got the love interest girl, who's also important because she's related to Merlin.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's too much. I think that's kind of another reason I kind of liked Mark Wahlberg in the last movies, because he didn't need to be bogged down by the love interest thing.
Yeah.
I like that he cared about his daughter. A father-daughter relationship is more interesting to me than a stupid teen love interest movie.
Yeah.
And it was just so forced in this one. It's always forced, but it's even more.
Everything was. Nothing was done right.
I want to give it a higher rating, but like, personally, in my heart, I know this movie is complete and utter trash. There are very few redeeming qualities about this movie. So, I'm gonna say objective. Normally I try to mesh them together, but like, I would want to give this movie like a high 4, but like, objectively, I know this movie is like a 2. The real rating is a 2 out of 10 though.
2 out of 10. Alrighty.
Actual trash, but delicious trash. I highly recommend.
Samwise.
Michael Bay is a genius.
He's
He has done it again.
like in denial.
He managed to piss you all off for being so good at his job. This was, like, for me, when I saw last night, I thought that last night was the worst Transformers of the 4 that had come out. The 5 that had come out. And then I saw Bumblebee, so that's when I was like, which one is worse? For personal opinion, right? Personal opinion, because obviously you guys like Bumblebee more than I expected. No, yeah. So like, it was kind of hard because last night is just less focused on the Transformers than any
I don't think it's
of the other
focused
producers.
on anything.
Exactly.
So unfocused.
So there's so much like there was more attention on like the little the journey that they're going through to find the fucking piece that they need to save the world once again. That there's literally no bad guys in between. It's just the military people, which are humans, and then just random bullshit that they encounter every once in a while that is easily resolved by the dinosaur.
Yeah, like they brought the
dinosaurs
dinosaurs back, and the
brought-
dinosaurs are barely in the
I
movie.
forgot they were in this.
Yeah, they don't even.
No,
come
sorry,
back
let me
in.
be more specific. The T-Rex was the only one that makes an appearance. When there's 4 dinosaurs, the T-Rex is the only one that makes an appearance. And then to like just kind of like defeat the bad guys that they were encountering for like that brief moment, and then we don't see them again ever. We don't even see them in the Dino Battle.
I feel like he phoned it in too. Michael Bay.
I don't know, because it really feels like whoever was the creative force of this movie thought this was a good idea.
There was not. What idea?
was like the night thing, like
I
tying them
guess.
in with Arthur's the round table, but like it just didn't focus on it properly.
At all.
But
So
like that's like what you do is like, oh, you tie it in with classic literature. Like that's when you really buy what you're selling.
Yeah.
So the other one thing that just kind of bothered me was the fact that after seeing like Rise of the Beast, Unicron was portrayed perfectly in Rise of the Beast because he is a big bad in the entire universe, and in this case, Unicron was portrayed as Earth. Unicron is Earth, and now the dilemma is, so if we all live on top of Unicron, are we going to destroy Earth because Unicron is Earth? And so is Earth a transformer? And if he is a transformer, then what does Earth transform into? So the fuck.
Wait, what? Did they say this? Or is this you
No, this is
saying
me, my assumption, because
Okay.
Unicron is a transformer.
What does he usually transform into?
Think Galactus.
Okay, Galactus doesn't transform.
No, think Galactus. Him, like his being, like in the Marvel, like he's a giant man in space.
He didn't transform in.
Don't think about transform. You're just asking me what does he transform into? He transforms into what Galactus looks like, a giant man in space.
I know what Galactus looks like. I'm asking. Okay.
You're asking what does he transform into? That's it. Picture Galactus.
Unicron, but he didn't transform in Rise of the Beast.
No, because I guess they didn't want to like they didn't want to get into that.
Sometimes he looks like a giant space station. Sometimes he looks like Galactus.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Glad we got to the bottom of it. Thank you.
Cool. So I don't like that they was like he's
No.
Earth.
Yeah.
That's great. But contrary to popular belief, I actually thoroughly enjoyed Cogman. I actually love Cogman.
I definitely didn't hate him as much as Pat did, but most of his jokes were bad.
I really
I hated
like
how he
Cogman.
He didn't fit into any scene. He looked fake, and then he was.
I like
small,
visually
he was
sure
tiny.
whatever. I just love Cogman
I
as a
couldn't
character.
tell how tall he was. No.
I just really like.
Yeah,
Cogman
I think
as a character.
his height kept changing between shots.
I just really like. Plus, he never transforms. He's just. He's
Yeah, I don't
just
know what the
Butler.
hell
Yeah, where does he come from? Is he from Cybertron? What is he?
Apparently he has been serving the family for like a really
Great,
long
but
time.
where'd he come from?
Where'd he come from? I don't know, man. They all came from space, alright, dude?
I think this, maybe it's just because of how late it is and how many of these
So-
we've watched. But like, I think this movie made us ask more questions about what is going on, where are these people from, how do Transformers work?
So I did like after watching, because I didn't even want to watch last night again until like right now, because we have to do this, and I love this series. I initially wanted to give it a low 6, but seeing it again, we realized so much how much bad it is compared to like when we're looking at the entire series individually. So I'm actually gonna give it a 5. I'm actually gonna give this a fine 5 because it's still Transformer and I'm still biased and I love Michael Bay. So
That's fine.
4 points for Michael Bay, 1 point for Cogman, and that's my 5 right there.
Okay, so the size of the frame, the aspect ratio kept changing throughout the film.
Yeah,
That's right off the
These
bat.
IMAX black bars kept coming in and out.
And I'm okay with it sometimes throughout the movie, but not within the scene multiple times, over and over and over and over.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing where like most movies will have it like this whole next sequence is gonna be IMAX cut down.
Yeah.
This movie had just in between shots,
Yeah.
just switching back and forth
Yeah.
between 3 different variations on it.
It was bizarre. It was that. It was, I think, the characters that were set up in the last movie came back and sucked in this movie. All of them. I think every character that came back sucked in this movie. There's no one to root for. Bumblebee wasn't really in it. Optimus Prime wasn't really in it. The bad guys weren't really in it. What the fuck was this movie? What did we just watch? No one was in it.
Michael Bay.
Who was the best character in this movie?
And but they showed us a ton of characters.
But who was the like closest to being good? Yeah, it's a head scratcher.
But they introduced us to a ton of characters. Like nothing was special about any single one of them.
And most of
Nothing.
them just got immediately sidelined.
And we kept forgetting. Oh, this person's in this movie, like
Yeah.
over and over. I don't know. It was not a good. The story was terrible and stupid, and the special effects were the worst of the series by far. I don't think there's anything worse than this.
Give it a rating.
Cogman gets a -1.
What?
So 4.
All right, that's not far off. He gave it a 2.
I guess yeah,
He
it
gave it a
good.
4.
On my heart of hearts, I want to give it a 4 just because it's so funny.
It was insane.
I thought it was hilarious.
It was like a bad trip. Like, what was going on? Like, what the hell was... like, every scene there was something fucking weird.
Like, this was the final straw for, like, continuity's sake, because now they threw in, like, they were all part of the Knights and shit like that. So now it's like, okay, so they actually were heavily involved in, like, human history, because they also said how every single fucking Autobot was part of, like, human history at one point. Like,
Bumblebee used to kill Nazis.
fucking, they were helping Harriet Tubman with the fucking Underground Railroad. Like, it's
They're
crazy.
acting as the train.
I don't think there were any trains in the Underground Railroad.
What is the final discussion?
So, let's just do a little
What
each.
is there's
We're not gonna do what we did last time because that's why the video is so freaking long.
What did we do last
So
time?
we're gonna when we rank them, we do it one person at a time. Does all of them because each going through one row takes forever. So, Brandon.
Oh, let's see if I.
Actually, let's go with Sam because he knows what his ranking is. He knows these movies more. All right, go. Worst to best.
Worst to best. Worst to best. I'm still gonna put Last Night. Bumblebee.
Well, Last Night is worse than Bumblebee.
Yes. Because after watching it for a second time, it really makes you not want to watch.
Did you think you were gonna keep this or put this last going into this?
Last Night?
Yeah. Did you think it was gonna be worse than Bumblebee?
No, I knew Last Night was just as bad as Bumblebee, for my personal opinion. I just didn't know who to put worse at. And watching it tonight made me put Last Night still at the bottom. So it's still Bumblebee. Last Night, Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, Transformers 2, Transformers, and Transformers Dark of the Moon. With a perfect 10 out of 10.
Okay. Sweet.
The bottom of my list is Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Above that is Transformers 1.
Wait.
Yeah.
The Last Night is better than Transformers 1?
Wait, so you put
Oh, no, wait. Oh, I forgot.
I was about to say,
you
like,
put
wow.
Game
No,
Last
no,
Night too.
no. Well, okay, that's more of a personal thing. No, yeah, I did skip over that. Last Night is the worst one, even though I think I enjoy it more than the other ones.
Okay.
But yeah, at the bottom of the list, it is The Last Night,
And then
and then it's Revenge of the Fallen,
And then
then it's Transformers 1.
okay.
Above that, Age of Extinction. So right above Age of Extinction would be Rise of the Beast.
Okay.
Above Rise of the Beast would be Dark of the Moon, and then my favorite is Bumblebee.
Okay.
Disrespectful.
And mine is, of course, the last, I was going to say Jedi, but Night. We got, I think, Age of Extinction.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Age of Extinction. And then the Rise of the Beast. Part 2. Revenge of the Fallen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you put that high up.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad. And then Bumblebee.
Okay.
And 3. And then 1.
Okay, you put the original one for top.
I liked it. That's the one that I actually liked. That's about it.
Mm.
All right, and any other final thoughts coming out of this franchise based off what you went into it? Was it better or worse?
I think it was better. I think I was worried all of these would be
Terrible.
below 5 out of 10. But 3 of them were 5 out of 10s. I think 3 of them were better than I expected.
Was
And
5 your highest rating?
Bumblebee was 6.
6, okay.
And I'd say it's a high 6. I thought I'd like Bumblebee more than I did. I still like it the most, obviously, but I thought it was gonna be like, oh, this is a masterpiece. But
No.
it's just
It was good.
it's cute. It's simple, and I really think that's what I would have wanted was a bit more small scale stuff. But I know that's not what this franchise is about.
Clearly.
So I think it did surprise me that I liked more than one movie in this franchise.
Fantastic. So, do you like this less after watching through?
I
all the
love
movies?
Transformers, and I will keep defending Michael Bay till the fucking
So
very
you didn't
end.
lose any.
To the very end. But this kind of series, I would still skip out Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast, just to keep the spirit of Michael Bay alive.
So just any more they make without Michael Bay, don't watch.
That's not to say don't watch. I still like. I mean, not Bumblebee, but I would still watch Rise of the Beast again. I don't have a problem with that. It's just, if I'm gonna be just doing Michael Bay, I'm just gonna be doing Michael Bay. You know, watch the first 5.
Huh?
No, okay.
Yeah, I went into this thinking it was a good franchise. It's a fun franchise, and that's what it was for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
My expectations and experience with it didn't really change too much because they're fine. They're fine movies. Yeah, I think the first one's good. That's about it.
They're
The other one's
timeless movies.
timeless. I mean,
Especially the Linkin Park song.
Listen, watching them in a row, you get drained from the old exposure. But
yeah.
if you
No,
were
I'm
walking,
tired.
I've been more
If you
drained
just-
by other franchises, honestly.
if you got the opportunity and somebody picked out, hey, let's watch Transformer 3, click. Are you gonna be like, really? Just watching one Transformer movie? Just watching just one randomly?
no.
Exactly. 'Cause-
Maybe this Last Jedi one.
no, obviously not the last year. That's why no streaming service has it.
But yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done. We're gonna go to bed. We're tired.
It's a shame.
We watched all these movies. It's been, what time is it?
You want me to call the time now?
What time? Yeah,
It is 2:32.
it's time for bed.
It's not bad though.
It's time for bed.
I mean, Friday was still the longest one.
Well, that one was.
We started
long,
late. I
and
get it,
We started later.
but we're still good because we still finished fairly early.
All right, so that's it for this one. See you guys next time.
Alright, I take it back. They're all 1 out of 10.